What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. Well, we got a plethora of news that we're going to be going through. Terrorist attacks, illegals getting arrested, and all kinds of other stuff. Apparently, it sucks to own firearms in Maryland. Then we will be getting into the fun stuff. We have an unboxing today. Plus, I made a specific video for Cheeky Chops because he sent me this exotic beef jerky and some, I think he was calling them biscuits. I don't know, but I made a video about it. Then we'll be opening today's door of the advent calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. And then we got two funny videos of the day. First one is titled Semantics. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy. And it's titled Some of Your Own Medicine. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat. See how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Snooks? What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Russell? What's up, Zero? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Zupia, you were first today. Nah, I appreciate you racing to the chat, Zupia. What's up, Free the Texan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Spicy K? Happy freedom. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Matthew? What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Make sure we get everybody. Russell, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. You hooligans, hit that like button. See if you can get us back on the front page like we had on Saturday. That was so badass. And what is up, everyone over on Kig? What's up, Post Malone? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Prop Patriot Girl, you were first over here. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toy Mafia? Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom. What's up, Mother Rat? And Russell, you are truly omnipresent. And so, who all we have over on X? It's hard to say. It's still loading. Either way, happy freedom to you over on X. We're going to get into things. We're going to be starting out with this first video here titled, Ukraine's Massive Drone Strike Exposes Vulnerable Russia. Now, in this video, the reporter is kind of seething over what's going on here. I thought we were talking about peace talks, but I guess that's not the deal anymore. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today, I got on the Happy Freedom tank top. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store. We'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Ukraine landing a massive blow against Russia as officials are expected to meet for ceasefire talks in Turkey today. Ukrainian drones targeting 5 Russian airfields at least, striking at least 40-plus military aircrafts, blowing them up in an assault that took more than a year to orchestrate. And by the way, we have reports at least 2 bridges are blown up. Joining us now from Kyiv is former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, John Herbst, and the ambassador spent the last few nights in a bomb shelter. But can you put in perspective how devastating and how brilliant this attack was, called Operation Spiderweb?
This is a truly extraordinary operation, demonstrating, one, how vulnerable Russia is to measures against Russian aggression in Russia itself, and how adept the Ukrainians are at understanding and exploiting those vulnerabilities. This operation is on par for, you might say, brilliance with the Israeli operation against Hezbollah last year. Truly extraordinary.
So the Ukrainian used small FPV drones hidden inside wooden cabins mounted on trucks. When the trucks reached the targets, the roofs opened up by remote control and the drones launched. These are the bombers they're using to blow up these cities in Kyiv, ruthlessly killing civilians. And now they're blown up. This is amazing.
It's amazing. It will reduce Ukrainian civilian casualties. We know that many planes were hit. We don't know the extent of the damage. But A, some planes are now out of action. B, the Russians will have to move the planes they have farther away from the front, which means the planes they have will not be used as frequently. And this is also a great strategic benefit for the United States, because those planes that were destroyed, Tu-22s, Tu-95s, are in fact nuclear-capable planes. They're used for Russian nuclear weapons, which are, first and foremost, targeting the United States or use against the United States. So we are safer from Russian nuclear strikes as a result of Ukraine's action.
I hope people realize that our money's being put to great use, and the fight we're doing against Russia helps America and helps the West. This cost $70,000. It did at least $7 billion worth of damage. They are more innovative, more resourceful, more motivated than the Russians, who throw nothing but bodies, and some of which are even North Korean bodies, at this attack. So what does this do to talks today?
Well, first, this undermines the false common wisdom that Russia would inevitably win this war. If the West continues to arm Ukraine,
yes,
and that means first and foremost the United States. It doesn't have to be a gift from the United States. It could be paid for by Europeans. It could be a loan. Russia will not win this war. And it's very much in American interest that Russia not win this war, because Russia's designs are against American interests. That's why the recent report put out by the Director for National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, identified Russia as a major adversary of the United States. So we need to provide the weapons to Ukraine. But also, the peace negotiations have gone nowhere because Putin believes that the United States will ultimately leave Ukraine in the lurch. He's counting on that. And that's why he's stalling. That's why he's preventing President Trump from achieving the durable peace via ceasefire that President Trump desperately wants. So Ukraine's blow yesterday is a blow in favor of Russia eventually accepting a ceasefire.
And Ambassador, don't diminish what's coming out of the Senate. Those are massive sanctions coming out of the Senate. It's got about at least 80 senators. It's veto-proof. And I think that Senator Lindsey Graham's going to be announcing something this week. And what you got to tell them is, $300 billion of frozen funds, you don't come to a deal in the next month, that's going to go right to Ukraine. And that's what you tell them. There is a timeline on patience. And Donald Trump took tremendous risks to give him an off-ramp, and he's refusing to take it. And he's going to pay the price for that. Ambassador, thanks so much for your courage being in the war zone, and thanks for your insight today.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
Okay. So I guess that's our follow-up there on what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. I don't know. The reporter for Fox there, he was loving it. Like I said before, he's like seething over the idea of being at war. I don't know why he's so geeked up about it. We're supposed to be having peace talks, and one of President Trump's promises was he was going to stop the war between Russia and Ukraine, and now we got Fox getting all hard because Ukraine just hit Russia or whatever, which means that there's probably going to be retaliation. Also, who knows if those are our weapons that they're using over there, because old man Walter sent them so much money and weapons and everything else. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing, but the guy on Fox, man, he was loving it. He was loving it. Next up, we got 1,461 criminal alien offenders taken into custody in May alone in Massachusetts, keeping the mass deportation rolling. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this stuff going on between Ukraine and Russia. Matt Rogers, hey Putin, let's have a peace talk. Here's some bombs of peace. What a joke. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What's up here, Juicer? Happy freedom to you. No, I was late. I hate it because I get so close to being on time, and then I'm like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to look for a couple funny videos. Oh, I got to do, and next thing you know, it's 2 hours gone by. I'm late. I'm not really on time. I wish, hair Juicer. Russell just glass everything. I mean, that'd stop the war, wouldn't it? For the good text, and I don't even care anymore. Putin doesn't want peace, and neither does Zelensky. Yeah. Well, Zelensky doesn't want peace because he wants to keep getting money from us. I don't know what Putin's goals are there, but probably to gain land, I suppose. Either way, I hate worrying about foreign problems. We have our own problems to worry about. But ever since we covered Zelensky getting thrown out of the White House, we've kind of sort of stayed up to date with what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. Appeal to Evan, Ukrainian people want peace, but Zelensky doesn't care. He's an actual dictator. Yeah, I agree. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's, it's hard to tell without actually being there, but that's definitely what it looks like on the internet. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mana? What's up, MD Cyron? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Sephaxis? Happy freedom to you. What's up, DB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mustafa? Happy freedom. Just means that Putin's going to come back stronger against this? Yeah, I think so too. It just means there's going to be a retaliation. More fighting. That's all it means. More fighting. But the reporter guy for Fox, he was stoked. He was so excited. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic to perpetuate war. I don't know. I don't think so. Nah, I'm sorry to hear that here, Juicer. It's always hard to lose pets. They're our best friends. They don't steal from us. Like I said, next up, 1,461 criminal alien offenders have been taken into custody in May alone over in Massachusetts. It's called Operation Patriot. Getting these border crossers up out of here. The numbers still aren't high enough, but at least we're moving in the right direction. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Throughout this enhanced immigration enforcement operation, ICE and our federal partners targeted the most dangerous alien offenders in some of the most crime-infested neighborhoods of Massachusetts. Our efforts resulted in the arrests of 1,461 criminal alien offenders. 277 of those offenders have been ordered removed from the United States by a Justice Department immigration judge.
If sanctuary cities would change their policies and turn these violent criminal aliens over to us, into our custody, instead of releasing them into the public, we would not have to go out to the communities and do this. Boston's my hometown, and it really shocks me that officials all over Massachusetts would rather release sex offenders, fentanyl dealers, drug dealers, human traffickers, and child rapists back into the neighborhoods. 2 weeks ago in Los Angeles, where we ran an operation where ICE officers were doxxed. So let's just say that again. People are out there taking photos of the names, their faces, and posting them online with death threats to their family and themselves. So I'm sorry if people are offended by them wearing masks, but I'm not going to let my officers and agents go out there and put their lives on the line and their family on the line because people don't like what immigration enforcement is.
It should be no secret by now that you will continue to see all of our special agents and officers in your communities conducting daily enforcement actions 24/7.
All right. Like I said, keeping that mass deportation going, almost 1,500 illegals. Now, they have to actually be deported for it to be worthwhile. Can't get too excited yet because we know how the Democrats are about due process and all this other shit, trying to give illegals our rights. They're calling it Operation Patriot. Like I said earlier, it's a step in the right direction. Next up, we got a parking lot presser with Caroline Leavitt that came out earlier today. Now, I'm not sure why she's wearing an oversized green blazer. It looks kind of weird. It almost reminds me of something like KJP would come out in. Not really sure why she's rocking that. Nobody's brave enough to say that shit. I don't know why. I don't know why. I like Caroline Leavitt, but if she's doing goofy shit, I'm going to say it. I was like digging through the comments and not one person said it. People love sucking her tits and acting like she's perfect. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. She's in an oversized green blazer. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Operation Patriot. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly leftists firebombed the country and people for 5 years, and then judges started standing up to the government on a daily basis. Yeah. Yeah, and I think this terrorist attack that we're going to cover later in the live is pretty goofy as well. It seems interesting that we keep having all these attacks with people screaming Free Palestine. I'm wondering why they're doing that, because we see a bunch of these 20-year-old idiots from colleges that are screaming free, free Palestine and all that shit, you know, smelling like ass and standing in the streets crying and complaining. But we've had 2 individuals that are older than the average 20-year-old protester. And we had one that did a shooting in D.C., and then we had this one, and they're both screaming the same stuff, but they're doing public attacks. They're not just standing there bitching like the rest of these protesters. So it seems kind of staged to a certain degree, but I don't know. Time will tell. More symptoms of a spicy summer, I suppose. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Zero, our law enforcement shouldn't have to hide. It's disgusting. Arrest them. Yeah, we're being too soft on criminals. I have been. It's been a problem for a long time now. What's up, Carmen Carson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ron? Happy freedom. Just remember that the CIA funded the coup that installed Zelensky. Yeah, not surprised. What's up, Rip Curl? Happy freedom. I'm surprised that Russia hasn't responded in a heavy way yet. I'm starting to think Russia may be more of a paper tiger than people think. It could be. That's kind of what the message they were portraying in that video. Trying to say that Russia, like, pretends to be tough, but this is a sign that they're not as tough as they portray. Supia, these assholes doxing agents need to be locked up too. Absolutely. We've been covering that for a couple months. They were even printing off copies of these ICE agents' faces with details like their address and phone number and their full name and stuff like that. And they were printing these pages out and stapling them to like light posts and stuff like that in the public, like raising awareness and doxing these people at the same time. We saw this around when AOC was given her master lesson or whatever it is on how to evade ICE, and that's what got Tom Homan all pissed off, claiming he was going to go after her, which never really happened. But it was about the same time, and it was protesters in schools that were doing this. They weren't just doxing ICE agents, but they were teaching illegals how to evade ICE. Of course, none of those people were held accountable for it because accountability left one day to go get a pack of cigarettes, and well, it just never came back. Like I said, next up we got a parking lot presser with Caroline Levitt. And like I said, I think her goofy green blazer is a little too big for her, and I'm sure it's going to make everyone mad and unsubscribe and cancel their memberships because people are fickle. But look at that. She reminds me of like Jim Carrey playing The Mask or something. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Commie Tube, and let's get into this.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Good to see all of you. Good to see you. There's a lot of press out here, so it would be rude of me not to stop and take a few questions. I just want to say happy Monday. The weather is beautiful. We have another very busy week here at the White House, as you know. The Chancellor of Germany will be here later this week on Thursday for a visit with the President. The President will also be holding a roundtable with law enforcement later this week as well. Today he is packed with meetings and calls on all of the challenges our country faces, but there's a lot of good news on the economic front as well. You see the inflation report. Inflation is down. We saw a report this morning showing that incomes are up. Consumer confidence in May jumped to the highest it has had in a month jump in 4 years. So there's a lot of good news. There's a lot of work to do, and the President's hard at it. So why don't I take a few questions?
What can you say to the Jewish community today to ensure that the White House is doing everything they can to keep them safe after the horrific attack in Boulder, and also the 2 Israeli embassy staff who were targeted just last week here in our nation's capital?
Yeah, we have seen 2 horrific cases of anti-Semitic violence in our country in the last 2 weeks, and it is unacceptable to this President and this White House. And rest assured, to all Jewish Americans across our great country, this President has your back, and he's not going to allow anyone to take part in violent terrorism. It's acts of terrorism in our country. And that's what this case in Boulder, Colorado is being investigated as. Kudos to our FBI director, Kash Patel, for immediately calling this a targeted terrorist attack. That's clearly what it was. But I'd also like to point out that this administration has done more than any administration to curb this violence and to curb illegal immigration. We secured our border in record time, but we're also tightening up our visa process and our legal immigration process. And we know that this individual, this terrorist, was allowed into this country by the previous administration, was foolishly given a tourism visa, and then was illegally allowed to stay. These individuals are going to be deported, and we're not going to tolerate such violence in our country.
Caroline, last week you told me that Donald Trump was waiting until the talks between Russia and Ukraine today in order to make a judgment on whether or not Vladimir Putin wanted peace. Mm-hmm. Those talks have happened. Where does he stand, and is he willing to impose additional sanctions?
I'll let the president speak on that himself.
Today, the Russian and Ukrainian delegations met in Istanbul, but the Turkish president is suggesting that it's high time that leaders, President Erdogan, President Trump, President Putin, and President Zelensky meet in Istanbul. Is that something that President Trump would support and would be partaking?
Well, the president has said he's open to it if it comes to that, but he wants both of these leaders and both sides to sit down at the table together. And we saw them do that at the urging of President Trump today. But as for how the president feels about those talks and what took place there, I'll let him speak on that.
What's the president's reaction to that Ukrainian drone attack, stunning drone attack on Russian air bases? I'm sure he saw that. What's his reaction?
Well, look, the reaction is this war needs to come to an end. And this war has been brutal from both sides. Too many people have died. And the president wants this war to end at the negotiating table. And he's made that very clear to both leaders, both publicly and privately.
Are the trade negotiations still ongoing after last week's pause? And how are the negotiations with the European Union to avoid that 50% tariff?
Well, the European Union came to the table thanks to President Trump's threat of tariffs. And now we are seeing that they are negotiating in good faith with our delegation. So we remain hopeful and optimistic that a deal can be struck with the European Union. As you know, we are in discussions with many other countries around the world as well who understand the need to cut a good deal with this president and the administration. And Secretary Bessent and Secretary Lutnick, Ambassador Greer continue to work around the clock on this.
These attacks are concerned. You saw the firebombing of the Pennsylvania governor's mansion, as well as what happened over at the museum here in Washington, and now this most recent attack. Is there concern in the administration that there could possibly be some sleeper cells here in the United States? What type of pattern is the administration looking at as far as terrorist cells here in the United States?
Well, there's certainly a concern that the previous administration allowed way too many terrorists and illegal immigrants into the interior of our country. And that's why the Department of Homeland Security is working overtime to arrest, detain, and deport as many illegal criminals and terrorists that we can in the United States of America. And any act of violence will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
President Trump has talked about wanting to meet with President Xi for a long time. Kevin Hassett over the weekend previewed a possible conversation between the two of them, including possibly this week. Has that call been scheduled, and what is the president hoping to get out of that call with President Xi?
Well, sure. She asked about the potential call with President Xi. I can confirm that the two leaders will likely talk this week. And as always, when there are foreign leader calls, we will provide a readout of those calls. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline.
All right, Caroline Levitt there giving us a parking lot presser in a gigantic green blazer. I don't know why. I don't know why she was wearing that giant coat. That I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why she would do that. But either way, that's the closest thing to a press briefing we're going to get today. I'm assuming at some point this week we'll have an actual press briefing. Maybe they're waiting to see what's going on with Russia and all of that before they go out and make any public statements. It's hard to say, but either way, it's better than nothing. Next up, spears of fire. Witnesses describe use of makeshift flamethrower in Colorado attack. I don't know. It seems very weird that this random dude, this 44-year-old or however old he was, who's an Egyptian national and he's here on asylum. He has asylum status. And he was like, you know what? Enough's enough. Time to go outside and hurt a bunch of people at a rally for no reason while screaming Free Palestine. That just randomly happened. All the shit's been going on for the last 5 years. Nah. The day that was it. That was the last straw right there. I don't know. To me, it seems very staged. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. covering too much news, maybe. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick, see what you hooligans think about Caroline Leavitt and her parking lot presser of the day. Zero, she stole her husband's jacket. I was wondering, because when I first saw it, I was like, maybe it's not too big. Maybe this is like a style thing. Maybe this is just how you're supposed to wear that. But then when she got closer to the microphones, her sleeve was like rolled almost all the way up to her elbow. And I'm like, no, that coat is too big. That's what it is. That blazer is too big. I don't know why she did that. And I thought maybe it was like a green screen thing, but I just Googled it. Nobody else is talking about it. I guess I'm the only one that can see the oversized green coat. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm being targeted. Either way, read through the chat. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. Oh, Russell, you were the first one to read Russell or Hair Juicer's name out loud. I've been wondering. It's been that way since like Friday or Saturday. I was going to ask about it. Russell, Caroline Leavitt is hot, but wearing the coat gives me leprechaun vibes. She's got a pot of gold stashed somewhere. You gotta go look for it. Pretty sure that's the message. That's the hidden message there. Hair Juicer, it's like a little girl wearing mama's shoes. Yeah, she's playing dress up. She was dressing up as KJP for a day. I'm pretty sure KJP would come out in oversized blazers. I remember her wearing like a purple one and trying to look like the Joker. KJP was always dressed very weird. Very weird. Winston, happy freedom to you. The so-called flamethrower was a backpack sprayer for Roundup. Interesting, because I haven't been able to figure out what the flamethrower was. They just keep saying makeshift flamethrower, and they show this 40-year-old man with bottles in his hands, and they're saying he was throwing Molotov cocktails in the crowd of people. Now, like I said, the title of this video coming up, they're calling it Spears of Fire. I don't know what spears are. I mean, maybe it's symbolism. They were talking about it as if there was actual fire spears being thrown into the crowd, which is not a Molotov cocktail or a flamethrower. Again, there's a lot of weird details about this that make it feel not organic. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. Pup Stuff, it's a honeypot she's hiding. She's hiding something. What's up, Debo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Shroomish. Yeah. It's a forever war. Just like, pretty much all the crap that goes on in the Middle East. Screaming Eagle, she could steal my jacket. Happy freedom to you, Screaming Eagle. Enter user, it fits in the shoulders. Way to keep that positive attitude. Matthew, why green? I don't know, and it's like green screen green. It's not like a regular green. Puff Stuff, it wouldn't look so odd if it actually fit her. Yeah. It's just a little baggy. Appeal to Heaven, I bet she looks good in green lingerie as well. I have not thought about that yet. It's possible. It's possible. Everybody's saying turtle, turtle. Is she not turtle enough for the Turtle Club? Ghostly, where's the list, Cash? Yeah, when are they going to come out with that video? They said they got to clean it up first. Appeal to Heaven, what happens if the world has a dark winter, internet blackout? Wonder why this hasn't happened yet. I don't know. They talk about it every 6 months or something like that. It comes up talking about having internet blackouts or power blackouts and stuff. We won't know until we get there. It'll be devastating, I'm sure. What's up, Crystal? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Bill Clay. Trump signs executive order to skip Pride Month today. Now officially July 1st, Babylon B. That's badass, Bill Clay. Yeah, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think it's hilarious that they did that at the same time that these shapeshifters want to prance around naked outside for a whole month. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom. What's up, ACO? Appreciate you being here. Matt Rogers, feds are claiming that he had been planning it for over a year. It just sounds weird. It took him a year to figure out how to make Molotov cocktails and build a flamethrower out of a backpack you can get at Walmart for like $40. I don't know. See, that just sounds weird. Russell, flamethrowers are fun. I bet they are. I don't play with fire because I don't like getting burned. You know, that's kind of how it goes. So when I was younger, I had friends do all kinds of stupid shit. Set their house on fire. Set their rug on fire. All kinds of stuff. Just being stupid teenagers. Done. Gonna see how habanero hot sauce tastes cooked into a burger. It's probably good. I don't know if you should do it right away though, because I've tried to use Diablo sauce to cook before, and you end up burning the sauce. Well, at least that's what I ended up doing, was burning the sauce. I should have waited and not put it in so early when I was cooking. Meta, she must have borrowed the jacket. Definitely could be. What's up, Agent O? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Not What It Seems? Happy Freedom. What's up, Blondebeard? What's up, Stone Cold Killer? Tony Rez, the sleeves are rolled up. That jacket belongs to a big lady. It belongs to something. What's up, Xterra? Happy Freedom. What's up, Ball? Blonde beard just showing off her thrift store find. That definitely could be. That's definitely a woman thing. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy Freedom. Corey Luca, girl power. It has to be humid as hell in DC. Their hair was a mess. I don't know. Maybe they were having some shenanigans before work. A little grab your ankles time. Ball, Lizzo left her jacket at the White House. Isn't Lizzo getting skinny now? Isn't she on that Ozempic? I seen an image. She may have looked more slender. I wasn't really sure, but they were all like, "Oh yeah, she's on Ozempic." Like, are you sure she's not just slightly turned sideways? Like, I don't know. Either way, we're gonna move forward here. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy Freedom to you. This next one, like I said, spears of fire. Witnesses describe use of makeshift flamethrower in Colorado attack.
Welcome to NBC.
Now, I don't know if any more details has come out about this. This video is only like 4 hours old. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get this rolling.
Welcome to NBC News Daily. We start with the suspected terror attack in Boulder, Colorado. The FBI says a man armed with a makeshift flamethrower and Molotov cocktails, shouting "Free Palestine," attacked a rally that was in support of Israeli hostages held in Gaza. At least 8 people were hurt.
We are told the suspect is an Egyptian national who applied for asylum in the United States. Just take a listen to these eyewitnesses who watched that attack unfold.
I saw fire, I saw people falling and screaming and crying and tripping. He had 3 Molotov cocktails. One of them he threw inside of a group. At the group, and one lady lit on fire from head to toe.
Shoots of fire, linear, about 20 feet long. Spears of fire, 2 of them at least, came across right into the group about 15 feet from me.
That attack comes less than 2 weeks after 2 Israeli embassy staffers were shot and killed outside a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. The suspect in that case was also heard yelling "Free Palestine." NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky is live at the scene there in Boulder, Colorado. Morgan, first, that suspect is set to appear in court just a few short hours from now. What do we know about him?
Yeah, Morgan, Vicky, we're learning more by the hour as a report.
Okay, I just want to mention really quick, they're going to lie here in a second. They're going to claim that the police officers tackled the guy with the Molotov cocktails, and then they're going to show him get down on his face as an officer is approaching him at gunpoint. But they claim that he was tackled. It's just a lie. I just want to let you know so you can watch them lie in real time.
Reporters dig in here, and as investigators share new insight, he has, of course, been identified as that 45-year-old Egyptian national, Mohammed Sabri Solomon, who was taken into custody about 6 minutes after this horrific ordeal began, just behind where we're standing right now. This is where authorities say he unleashed that makeshift flamethrower and multiple Molotov cocktails on that crowd of rally-goers who met here every Sunday afternoon to honor the Israeli hostages that were still being held in Gaza. Video shows police tackling him to the ground and him not resisting arrest. We do not know if he's spoken to authorities at this point in time. We do know that that court appearance is set for 1:30 local time here in Boulder. We anticipate a litany of charges being read to him by a judge where he'll be formally charged. One of them could be murder, although important to note that as of this point in time, Vicky and Morgan, all of the 8 victims that were taken away from this scene are in hospitals. No one has passed as of right now. Guys.
You know, Morgan, we're looking at that video. It is really disturbing. You touched on it. Are we learning any more about the 8 people who were injured? I mean, the witness description of one person catching on fire after this Molotov cocktail was thrown into the group. It sounds like there were some very serious injuries.
Incredible, horrific scene, regardless of which witness you hear from. The fact that they had people down on fire being treated by bystanders with buckets of water until first responders could arrive. We know that the 8 victims range in age from 52 years old to 88 years old, 4 women and 4 men, all of whom were taken to area hospitals. And perhaps one of the most heartbreaking details of all is the fact that the Colorado Attorney General says that one of those 8 victims is, in fact, a Holocaust survivor. Vicki, Morgan.
Morgan Chesky, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. Well, that video had most of the details that I could find. All these other videos are just talking about terrorist attacks and preparing for more terrorist attacks and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I feel like it looks staged to me. What was this guy doing prior to this? Where did he work? Has he ever been involved in protests before? Like, what does he do on a daily basis? What's his internet footprint look like? Does he post about Free Palestine? Does he say he wants to kill people that are pro-Israel? Like, nothing. Just it was a Wednesday, and he just felt like going outside and doing crazy things or whatever. It's like, I don't know. They kind of give you details, but it just feels out of place. There's something weird about the story. I don't know. It just doesn't feel organic to me. Either way, next up, secret agent DJ Daniel facing new tumors. White House asks for prayers. We like DJ Daniels over here. He's a badass. We were constantly covering updates on him. Unfortunately, this is some bad news for DJ Daniels. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this situation that happened in Colorado. Now, before we hop in the chat, I want to remind you, hooligans, because I'm skipping all my damn reminders here. If you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chat of either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's read through the chat, and like I said, next up we got some bad news about DJ Daniel. Russell, I've caught on fire a few times and it sucks. Did you stop, drop, and roll? I've never caught on fire. I've been near fire. I've had my life burned down. I've never personally been on fire. Zero, did the bad guy get burned too? His head had bandages. Yeah, I don't know if he had bandages or if they were like making him wear a mask. I'm not sure. Matt Rogers, we're in for a spicy summer. Keep your head on swivel. Stay armed. That's right. Yeah, we are heading towards the spicy summer. That is for sure. Troy Wayne, noticed the flag in the background. Yeah, they showed the flag in the background a lot in those videos with the so-called terrorist or whatever, but the news guy, he purposely was standing in front of the flag like that while lying. The officers tackled him. Where? They're like, in the video, you can see the officers tackle the guy, and then you watch him not get tackled. Like, I don't know. It's not a big lie, but still, like, just why add that in there if it's just totally false? Zero, now if a good guy had a gun, he'd be dead, but it's a gun-free city or some shit. Well, they'd probably treat him like a bad person. Like, they'd probably say, oh my God, the guy with the gun killed the asylum seeker from Egypt here because they hate people that are not white. That's what they would say on the news. He could have died with a flamethrower and a Molotov in his hands, and they still would have been like, White Supreme Pizza killed this poor man in Colorado. Here, Juicer, there's nothing we can do. Okay, in a Molotov-free zone? Yeah. Pretty sure everywhere's a Molotov-free zone. Torwin, maybe they're rising up out of the shadows. Maybe. I mean, maybe this is happening, but sometimes I feel like, I don't know, almost like an MK Ultra situation. Like, he doesn't really fit the bill of the average protester, but he just knew to go out there and scream Free Palestine and then threw the shit. Like, I don't know. It feels staged. I feel like if you're going to attack people, screaming shit isn't really on the top of your brain. You're just like, you know, make the statement with action. That's kind of the point of them doing these attacks. You know, like, you never heard them say, oh, well, the terrorists screamed these words out before they hit the towers. Like, no. The action itself is the statement. So it's just weird. He's screaming free Palestine, throwing Molotov cocktails. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about it seems off. Appeal to heaven. So he came to our country for asylum. From being feared, his country will hurt him. Then he does this. Revoke, you're going back home. Well, he needs to be held accountable first. Going back home seems to be off the leash a little too easy, but something. That's always the controversial thing about these damn border crossers, is that they come here, they commit crime, and if we kick them out, they would have never committed crime. But now that they did commit crime, they need to be held accountable. Kicking them back home isn't necessarily holding them accountable, but at the same time, if we imprison them, then taxpayers are paying for them to survive here in our prisons. So it's kind of a, you know, what's the best of the two bad choices here? What's up, Weevo? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish, I think he accidentally lit himself on fire. That could be. It could be. Hey, thanks for being here, Sage Pop. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. Feral thinking people? Yeah, for sure. Enter user, did you see a guy pouring molten metal on a McDonald's hamburger and it pours right off? No, I have not seen that. I don't know. Every time they do science with McDonald's, it's always a depressing situation. For the Texan, he had 16 Molotov cocktails in his car. Holy. What was he going to do? He was going to throw some shit and then run back to the car really quick? Got to reload? I don't know. It's weird. Bill Clay, that's the white guy. Yeah. The white guy from Egypt. Aiko, she's a flasher with that big jacket. Ah, that makes more sense. That's why she had that baggy coat on. She was just improving people's day. She's like, hey, sir, you look bummed. You're like, yeah, having a rough day. She's like, bam, tits will make it better. That's right. Yeah, appeal to heaven. Yeah, there needs to be punishment, but at the same time, we don't want to pay for him to live here 50 years. I'm sure we can come up with ideas. What's up, SOS? Happy freedom. Crystal, he's overstayed his visa. and was returned first Trump term and came back during the Biden administration? Yeah. Well, they shouldn't be worrying about due process when it's time to kick them up out of the country. Tori Wayne, someone whispering in their ear, make sure you do this and say this and target these kinds of people. That's what it feels like. Tori Wayne, my husband says tits always makes a day better, so that makes sense. It does. There's science behind it. We just got to fund it. That's the thing. We just have to fund the research, and it will work in our favor. That's how all research is done. Zero, send them to CCOT. Yeah, that's an idea. He just performed a terrorist attack. He doesn't belong in this country. Deport his ass to Supermax and see how that goes. He can go hang out with MS-13 gang members. They can all sit there and have a powwow and talk about how big of a piece of shits they are. Meta, so not liking this Free Palestine shit. Yeah, and that's what I kind of wonder is, like, if this was a staged event, what would be the purpose of it? To turn against people who scream Free Palestine. Well, that seems kind of anti-agenda, since most of these people are BLM protesters that were converted into pro-Hamas protesters. So why would the media be spinning to turn people against the Free Palestine protesters? That's kind of unlike the media, because it's very possible that these people are crowds on demand, paid protesters and stuff like that, Soros-funded idiots and all of that. So usually they get their way. So why would the media be portraying them as actual bad guys? Because, that's how it was with Antifa back in 2020. We would sit here and watch Antifa just burn Portland down, and the next day there'd be Democrats on TV saying, oh, well, MAGA keeps claiming that this Antifa myth is around and committing chaos, when really that's just a theory, or that's just a thought, or that's just an idea. And it's like, what do you mean? We were awake 4 hours ago watching them burn down Portland. Like, what are you talking about? It's not a theory. They really exist, and they're domestic terrorists. But they never declare Antifa as domestic terrorists. And that's what it kind of feels like we're walking into. Are they about to claim that these pro-Hamas protesters are terrorists? I don't know. I don't know. That's not par for the course when it comes to these actions that happen and stuff. At least it's not very 2020 of them. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. Where do I sign up as a researcher? Yeah, see, we got to get things in order. We're gonna have to have volunteers. We're gonna do science on whether or not tits improve your life. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Let's see where we're at. Oh, yes. Bad news about DJ Daniel. This is titled, Secret Agent DJ Daniel Facing New Tumors. White House Asks for Prayers. Now, I wonder if the Democrats are going to come out and make jokes about this, because they're just big pieces of shit like that. Either way, hit that like button. Hit that like button if you haven't already, is what I'm trying to say. And let's get into this.
Turning now to a heartbreaking update on this Saturday, as we are learning the White House is sending wishes to a Houston boy who recently learned about his new health challenges. Here on your screen, you're taking a look at DJ Daniels. He is an honorary U.S. agent. Now, according to a social media post from the White House, the honorary Secret Service agent DJ Daniels is facing new tumors, 3 of them. That's according to an update that they had from his father. And I do want to bring up that social media post in just a moment, but first, a little bit of backstory here. If you're not too familiar with this young man, Daniel was sworn in as an honorary Secret Service agent back in March during President Trump's joint address to Congress. Now, for years, Daniel has wanted to be a police officer and has received several recognitions from local police departments. According to the White House, he has been sworn in to over 1,300 law enforcement agencies across the country. Now, taking a look here at that post from the White House on X, as it says this: "We're lifting up Agent DJ Daniel in prayer after his dad shared that DJ is now facing 3 new tumors. DJ is one of the strongest, bravest young men and has now been sworn in to 1,351 law enforcement agencies across the country. Agent Daniel, you're a true legend." And then you see there DJ giving a hug to President Trump in this photo. A little bit more backstory here. We know that at 13 years old, DJ Daniel has been battling brain and spinal cancer, and his dream since he was younger has been to be a police officer. Since then, he has been sworn into law enforcement agencies across the country and in Italy, and he's still going. Daniel was given 5 months to live when he received his brain cancer diagnosis back in 2018. Since that time, he has gone through 13 brain surgeries. He grew up watching his military father interact with men and women in uniform, and it was by watching them that, at just 9 years old, he grew in admiration for those in uniform and decided he wanted a career in law enforcement. Just wanted to bring this update, as we know that this was a major moment from that address to Congress that President Trump delivered back in March, and we're going to continue to follow the story for any new updates. We'll be right back.
All right. So, bad news for DJ Daniel. Hopefully, they can make everything better for him. I wonder when they actually found out the diagnosis here. And like I said, I'm not really interested to see if Democrats are going to be talking shit about him, because when he was at that address that President Trump did, and they made him an honorary Secret Service agent, the Democrats wouldn't even acknowledge what was happening. They didn't care. You know how Democrats are. They love to kill babies and, hurt kids and stuff like that. So I would not be surprised at all if we had Jasmine Crockett or AOC or some other tard come out and start talking shit about DJ Daniels. Maybe say it's because of his support for President Trump. Maybe even say, somebody would deserve something like this for being in support of President Trump. Would not be surprised at all, because those Democrats are pieces of shit. Next up, we got the Supreme Court won't hear a challenge to Maryland's assault weapon ban. Apparently, it sucks to be an American in Maryland. You're not allowed to have magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. They've banned anything that has a flash suppressor or a folding stock. Pretty much anything that's awesome is just simply banned from Maryland as far as firearms go. And that sucks. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about DJ Daniel. Zero, DJ's being raised right? Yeah, absolutely. Russell, love that kid? Yeah. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Relax? Happy freedom. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Appreciate you being with us. Rappy, God bless that sweet young man. Absolutely. Hopefully they can get everything figured out for him. Shroomish, it's fucking sad. It is sad. It is sad. He's already gone through so much, and now he's got 3 more tumors. It shouldn't be this way. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom to you. For the Texano, I hope they give him the best care. Absolutely. I wonder if President Trump's going to say something about it. What's up, Bloopy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Let's see, reading through. Meta, prayers for DJ? Absolutely. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom. What's up, Kip? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Status Quo? Happy freedom. Tony Rez, DJ is a true American badass. Absolutely. I'm sure he'll pull through this. It just sucks after everything he's gone through to have to deal with more medical stuff. The devil's fighting hard to get him. Tori Wayne, kills me that kids have to go through this stuff. stuff like this, like they will rarely get to live a life, make me feel so blessed for every day God has allowed me to have. Yeah, absolutely. And it sucks because you don't realize it while you're being a kid, but that's the only time that you get to kind of be carefree. Like, yeah, things at school suck, and you gotta do what your parents tell you and shit like that. Not everybody's life is great. But as soon as you're an adult, everybody's life sucks. Unless you're born into wealth, your life just simply sucks. You have to work and worry about money and learn to pay taxes and do all this stuff that school didn't prepare you for. And if your parents weren't that great, your parents didn't prepare you for it. And then you don't really think fondly of life, and you go to work with other adults who also don't think very fondly of life, and everyone's just kind of gray. But when you're a child, the world is full of wonder. And to have to deal with medical problems and stuff like that really sucks, because you spend all that time worrying about real life problems way earlier than you should have to deal with those problems. And next thing you know, you're an adult and life is just gray. And that sucks. What's up, Guess Some? Happy freedom to you. Guess Some, you're lucky. You just missed a sad story. What's up, My Feed? Happy freedom to you. My Feed, he's an amazing young man and such a good attitude. Prayers. Absolutely. Debo, looks like the dad got the great comforter. Yeah, him and his dad, they're quite the duo there. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom. What's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. What's up, UX? Cheeky Chops, you think I could monetize Diddy Oil? I bet you could, Cheeky Chops. Well, I'm glad you think so, Mana. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, Supreme Court will not hear the challenge to Maryland's assault weapons ban. What's the Supreme Court for? Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this, where it sounds like it sucks to live in Maryland. Sorry, guys, your Second Amendment doesn't cross the state lines of Maryland. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
We have breaking news and a major win for gun safety advocates. The Supreme Court will not hear a challenge to Maryland's assault weapons ban. That means a lower court ruling upholding the ban will stay in place, at least for now. But that could change, with conservative Justice Brett Kavanaugh writing he expects the court to take another look at the issue in the next term or two. Let's bring in senior Washington reporter Devin Dwyer for more. So, Devin, walk us through what this ruling means now and what you make of what Kavanaugh wrote there.
Well, the court didn't explain its decision, Diane, which is very interesting, but certainly, as you said, a win for gun safety advocates here. This was a law in Maryland passed back in 2013 after the Sandy Hook shooting in Connecticut took the lives of 26 people, including 20 children. We remember that horrific day. An AR-15 was used in that shooting, and Maryland quickly followed suit. 9 states moved to ban assault weapons and magazines. And this legal challenge has been brewing in many places for a long time. It made it to the Supreme Court as these gun rights groups have been, really following on the number of successes with this conservative majority, but the court turned them away. Very interesting. You did call out that comment by Justice Kavanaugh, who agreed with the Supreme Court's decision today, but also wrote separately to say this could warrant a closer look in the next term or two. So it's not the final word, but at least for now in Maryland and several of these other states, these bans on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines allowing more than 10 bullets in the magazine will be allowed to stand. But the bottom line is that this issue will come back before the Supreme Court before too long, and we do expect a universal decision on whether these sorts of state laws pass constitutional muster.
All right, Devin Dwyer, thank you.
Okay, so like I said, They're just screwing people over in Maryland. Their limitations are ridiculous. I actually went and looked it up because they don't provide all the information in that video, but they claimed that this was passed in 2013. Assault weapons and assault pistols, which I've never heard of that before, are prohibited unless they are legally owned before October 1st, 2013. You can't have magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. And let's see, the ban applies to firearms that are copies or similar to listed models and have 2 or more specified features, such as a folding stock, a grenade or flare launcher, or a flash suppressor. Now, there's not a whole lot of firearms out there that got the grenade launcher attached to them. A lot of times you'll see that on M4, but even then it's kind of hard to get grenades and shit. But to go after guns that have flash suppressors is so ridiculous. This is including the AR-15, the AK-47, and the Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle. Again, the fucking sniper rifle, like that's a bolt-action firearm in most cases. I don't know about the Barrett one specifically, but that's hardly an assault rifle compared to an AK or an AR-15. But you can't have any of this stuff now if you live in Maryland. Why? Why? That's so stupid. That is so stupid. And I don't know. This is an infringement on our Second Amendment, and the Supreme Court had an opportunity to knock that down, and they chose to not hear the case. That's how the stolen election went. That's why a lot of people don't understand that stuff. They're like, if the election was stolen, somebody would have did something about it. No, they decided to not hear the case, just like this, exactly like this. The Supreme Court does not want to hear it. So that therefore the state gets to just do whatever they want. Same thing on the election. Well, we're not going to worry about audits or anything because the Supreme Court will not hear the case. That is a problem. Don't pay them then. Stop paying them. They don't want to take the cases that are hitting their desk. Don't pay those fucking people. How about that? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. This is a problem. This is an infringement on our Second Amendment. The Supreme Court should hear the case. They should be forced to hear the case. Imagine you pull up McDonald's and they're like, we're not taking your order. You're like, why? They're like, well, you said you want a cheeseburger. We don't feel like making cheeseburgers today, so we're not going to take your order. Fuck you. Like, that's bullshit. Like, that is straight bullshit right there. So Supreme Court is contributing to interfering with your Second Amendment. That's nice. Either way, next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. And we got quite a bit of fun stuff today. Of course, it's lefties losing it, and it's titled MSNBC Faces Humiliation Collapse in Ratings. Or humiliating, sorry, I can't read. That, it'd make my job easier. But that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Maryland banning assault weapons. Guess I'll get that cheeseburger. I'm saying. Hair juicer, you can't have those. Okay, I disagree. Yes, hair juicer, I'm saying. Russell, there's a semi-auto Barrett 50 that holds like 8 rounds, I think. Yeah, that's badass. That's badass. Yeah, Afro Man, that sounds badass. I've never heard of. Let me see where you posted it so I can read it correctly. Not Your Father's Root Beer. They gotta have that near me somewhere. I gotta go to the dispensary pretty soon, so I might. In the next couple days, I'm gonna see if I can find it because it sounds fantastic. Afro Man, we need to ban those assault knives too. Yeah, and the assault hammers. We don't want another Paul Pelosi situation to happen. We should probably ban some assault vans and some assault trucks and assault cars because they're having problems out in Europe with people driving down the street. Well, shit, we had problems on Bourbon Street, right? We got to ban those assault trucks. They're just out here killing people. Maybe we should ban the Molotov cocktails. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I guess we don't have to do that. Huh. Afro Man, so get this. They painted pride lines on the crosswalk at my work, so basically appeasing the LGBTXYZ attack helicopters. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't care about if somebody wants to plow Steve after work, but I don't need to know about it. So they're allowed to push their agenda, and it's okay. If I was to ask for a Bible at the dining facility, that would be offensive. So you have to be forced into LGBTXYZ agenda, and you will like it. Just something crazy, I think. Yeah, Afro Man. We knew it was coming. We were bracing for June, but it's actually Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And the fact that they call it Pride Month, is kind of like saying the same thing. It's kind of the same thing because it is obviously men having a mental health crisis dressing up as women for an entire month. It's not good. It's not good. They should be committed. Hair juicer M82 Barrett is whoop ass. Reciprocating barrel mitigate recoil. That's badass, hair juicer. I've never even seen that. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for joining the membership program over on Rumble, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, High Plains Drifter. Thank you. What you doing, Klaus Daniels? There's a big cat in a little box. Winston, the THC root beer is pretty good. See, I gotta find some. They gotta have that near me. I've had grape pop, and I've had like a cherry Pepsi pop that had THC in it. I've never had root beer. I don't remember what the brand was that I had got. Done. Pretty sure there's also Not Your Father's Chocolate Milk or something similar as well. Interesting. What's up, Let's Go Brandon? Happy freedom to you. Ghost, I lived in Maryland till 2012. It was always dog shit. Cops didn't want you in jail. They wanted you on probation forever. It's like that around here too. They put a bunch of stipulations on you so you can never get off of probation. Debo, making legal citizens criminals goes against everything in the Constitution, or what the Constitution is about, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Debo, the law of the land is anything that goes against the Constitution is null and void. So when they make laws against our Second Amendment right, technically they're null and void. Of course, if you don't follow those null and void laws, they'll still arrest you as if they're not going against the law of the land, which is the real problem. Like, that's the real problem. When everybody was willing to sacrifice everything because of tax on tea, that was because they didn't want the government doing shit against our will. We pay them. They should do what we say instead of the other way around. And really, until we can get them to stop putting laws that are against our Constitution, they'll always be hoeing us. That's just how it's going to be. They will always be hoeing us, doing whatever they want, infringing on our rights and stuff like that. But people can't be united. They're just not able to. Everybody's so divided over every little stupid thing. Football teams, TV shows, what you wear, how you vote, everything. Down to the car you drive, you know? So it's like we're so divided that we will continue to be hoed by the government until something changes. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, enter user the assault U-Hauls. They're not going to ban those. They need Patriot Front to have a thing to ride around in. Yeah, Tory Wayne, you're right. Guess you said root beer? Yeah, what am I supposed to say? I can't say it the way you guys say it. I can't. I got to squeeze my balls really hard. Root. I got to say it like root beer. Like I'm British. It's root beer. Here, Juice, you got to see the new AKs. They have a counterweight that makes them shoot flatter than a 22. You're going to have to send me some links here, Juicer. I haven't seen that. Afro-Man, United States of America making law-abiding citizens into felons since Obama. Yep. Metal-mouthed Greta Thunberg, or however you say her name, wants to bring climate awareness to Gaza. I hope she doesn't leave Gaza. It might straighten her ass out and teach her to wear a bra. We'll see if she makes it out. I don't know. These people, they're so goofy. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy freedom. What's up, Tacoma Nurse? Happy freedom to you. I'm not sure if you guys already talked about this. I was working and just got off. How about Trump's post regarding Biden being a clone robot wearing a mask? I have not seen that, Tacoma Nurse. I will have to look that up. I don't know if I can access truth from my computer. I always have to change my sign-in crap because of cyber criminals attacking me. I'll have to look into that, but thank you for letting me know, Tacoma Nurse. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. Corey Luca, I forgot to say happy anniversary a few days ago. I totally forgot. When was it? Friday? Saturday? Was it Saturday? No, it was like Thursday. What day is it? No, what day is it today? Is it Monday? It is Monday. So yeah, Saturday. Saturday was our 5-year anniversary that we've been live streaming. I totally forgot. How did we go live on Saturday and you guys didn't bring that up? Saturday was 5 years. Thank you so much, Corey Luca. You're a badass. What's up, Killer Hillbilly? Happy freedom to you. Listening to non-gun people speak on guns makes me want to scream. Yeah, they're claiming it's a win for, what do they call them? Gun something advocates? It's probably not gun-free advocates. But you're right, though. You're right. They're like, this is a win. No, this is a loss for all of Americans. Whether you live in Maryland or not, to have any state ban your firearms is a bad thing. It's not a win. These people are commies. What's up, Carp? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jeff S? Happy freedom to you. Vinny C. Trump said Biden was executed in 2020. Holy. He's gonna have to invite Alex Jones to the Oval Office. You know, saying stuff like that, there's no way. You can't have one without the other. He's gonna have to bring in Alex Jones. Oh, I appreciate you, Status Quo. Thank you for letting me know, Tacoma Nurse. I'll look it up. Actually, I'm gonna write a note really quick. I'll look it up after the live. Thank you for reminding me. Russell, happy Jeffersity. Yeah, I didn't realize. We were all here celebrating. Unaware. It just happened naturally. Oh, I appreciate you, Snooks. Hair juicer sarsaparilla is superior. What is sarsaparilla? That sounds familiar. Appeal to Evan. Buried under the back porch of the White House 2020. Joe Biden's bones were found. Did the dog find him? What was the dog's name? They had to have the dog removed because he kept biting the Secret Service. I can't remember what his name was. Appeal to Heaven, that's why we had so many clones. Yeah, like the 7-foot-tall Biden that was Obama with a mask. Winston, 5 years of hooliganism. Yep. It's badass. I didn't realize. It's so awesome. Well, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got the last little bit of the news, but we have quite a bit of fun stuff coming up. This is Lefties Losing It. It's titled MSNBC Faces Humiliating Collapse in Ratings. Now, of course, they're going to be talking about a plethora of topics of lefties losing their marbles. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And bad news for MSNBC. Their ratings were already low, but they have plummeted even further. In the crucial 25 to 54 age demographic, MSNBC has seen its ratings plunge 41% during prime time and 34% across the total broadcast day, compared with just a year ago. Now, this is according to leaked ratings figures, and I can't imagine why.
We finished
it's a
the
wrap.
first episode.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I need a drink. I need a drink.
Prostitute.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And we're going to eat. We're going to drink. We're going to party. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. And we're going to be back tomorrow.
Meanwhile, in the back, they're like working.
Okay, come back.
Well, why isn't there show rating? It's a mystery. And the host to suffer the most humiliating collapse is Jen Psaki. Let's have a look.
The speeches are getting much more disturbing and much more unhinged, and we should all hear it that way.
Now to CNN, who would have been none too happy about airing an interview where a hostage held by Hamas made it clear that the terrorists wanted Kamala Harris to win the election.
Scared of him. Yeah, they wanted...
Who?
The terrorists.
We're afraid of Trump.
Yeah, they wanted Kamala to be chosen, to be elected.
You talked politics with them?
Yeah. They wanted Kamala to be elected. When Trump became president, the way they treated us changed. For me, personally, this is what I
think
felt.
because they anticipated that a deal would come soon.
Yeah.
And that's when they started giving you more food.
Exactly. More food, treated me better, stopped cursing me, stopped spitting on me.
Now to the Hollywood elite. Here are some pearls of wisdom from Idris Elba, who thinks he knows how to stop knife crime in the UK. Let's ban all those pointy kitchen knives.
The truth is that kitchen knives are perhaps 25% of the knives used in most of the terrible crimes. That's one of the stats in the films. And those kitchen knives are usually a domestic situation. Okay. So kitchen knives, of course, it's very difficult. They're a domestic knife. I do think there is areas of innovation that we can do with kitchen knives. I hate to say it, not all kitchen knives need to have a point on them. That sounds like a crazy thing to say, but actually it would reduce. You can still cut your food without the point on the knife, which is an innovative way to sort of look at it. And in a country in crisis, I'm sorry, but yeah, let's look at that.
Oh, yes. Genius idea there. Maybe we can ban forks next. Now to Dylan Mulvaney. He's back, and this time he's promoting fashion label Jean Paul Gaultier. Dylan taking more jobs from women. The patriarchy always wins. Now, a lot has been said about Democrat-appointed activist judges, lawfare, and even the term judicial insurrection is starting to gain hold. Here is a judge not talking about constitutional matters, but the importance of judges looking like the offenders. This is Judge Cassandra Collier-Williams.
I thought that it was important that, especially in criminal cases, where when you have people that on one side of the bench, they can look at the judge and say, wow, she looks like me, then maybe I have a better shot.
Yep, that's really important. By the way, the judge's own son is in jail for murdering his wife, shooting her in the head 3 times. Let's check in now with brave women's rights warrior Kelly J. Keane. She is a great champion of women, and she's in the US to fight against the excesses of the trans movement. But the young woman interviewing her here insists that Kelly J. Keane call men trans women.
A man who calls himself a woman is not one, that you shouldn't transition children.
So how are trans women infringing on cis women's spaces?
So men in women's spaces makes it no longer a women's space, so we don't have a right to a women's space if a man is allowed in it.
Have you ever felt personally unsafe with a trans woman in your presence?
Have I felt unsafe with men in my presence? Yes, 100%.
Trans women?
Yeah, men. So that would be free speech. If you say you're for free speech and you're trying to police my speech to call a man, then you wouldn't be for free speech, would you? Are you for free speech?
Thank you for your time.
I guess not. Very upsetting.
And here is Kelly J. Keane telling women in burqas, those dehumanising Muslim modesty garments, to free themselves. You gotta love her.
Free yourselves, ladies. Free your faces. Free yourselves.
And exciting news, folks. There's a new pronoun in town. Yes, it's flow and flows. Here's how you use it.
Today's pronoun of the day is flows. Remember that these pronouns were requested by someone who does currently use them or intends to use them in the future. The word flow suggests fluidity, movement, change, which can be important symbols for gender. All right, now let's see how to use these pronouns in a conversation. I miss Kim so much. Have you seen Flo today? Yeah, I ran into Flo at the library earlier today. Flo was working on Flo's presentation for tomorrow. Oh, nice. I've been meaning to ask if Flo needs any help with it. I think Flo would really appreciate that. Flo said that it's been really hard to handle all by Flo's self.
Now to Boulder, Colorado. Earlier today, the site of an act of terrorism, domestic terrorism, against a pro-Israel demonstration, people were set alight with a number of individuals seriously hurt, some with life-threatening injuries. This was among the first clips after the attack. In the chaos, you can see people running towards and away from the attack, and you can see the alleged attacker, Mohammed Solomon, to the left of your screen, topless and meters away from victims who he'd just set alight.
Stay.
FBI Director Kash Patel said the incident was a targeted terror attack. Let's have a look at this footage of the alleged terrorist shouting about Zionist as a badly injured woman is helped by brave individuals.
We're here, brother. We're here. We can't do nothing about that. We can't do nothing. We can. Not here. Not here, bro. You're not.
I'm taking video right now. He was wearing an orange suit with like something on the...
And in this clip, you can see the man continuing to rant about Palestine and calling the pro-Israeli protesters killers.
Palestine is trying and for us.
Well, we can't do it when he's got Molotov cocktails on.
If you are fighting, you have to.
That's what he's got right here. Is Molotov cocktails right there. It's alcohol.
Get back, Mom.
Joining me now is author and commentator Shamika Michelle.
Honestly, it kind of looks like the dude that works on my car. It's probably not, though. We'll know the next time I need an oil change. Either way, that there is lefties losing it, and that is wrapping up all the news I had for you guys today. But like I said, we got some fun stuff coming up next. We're going to be doing an unboxing. Then we're going to play a video I made specifically for Cheeky Chops. Then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. And we got two funny videos of the day. First one titled Semantics. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Some of Your Own Medicine. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Guess so, if your car catches fire, you'll know. Yep, I guess that's fair. Zero's cheeky in the chat. I think he's over on YouTube. Yeah, I think he's hanging out on YouTube. I haven't seen him on Rumble yet. Tori Wayne, one way for an illegal to ensure that they stay in America, even if it's in prison. Yeah, they love it here. Love being inside prison. Afroman the movies. Yeah, he's walking around with his tits out. Making man titties great again? I don't know, Russell. I don't know if that's what he was doing. Guess my pronoun is awesome, and if you don't use it, my pronoun is ass whooping. Well, see, if you come to Michigan, we have to respect each other's pronouns, or else it's like a $5,000 fine. So I'll keep that in mind when you come visit. Guess some. Jay Spray, just rush him. The cocktails aren't even lit. I don't know why they were dancing around him like he was like just producing radiation. They were scared to come near him. He was just some frumpy middle-aged man carrying around bottles with liquid in them. Like, obviously they're Molotov cocktails, but they're not on fire. They could have tackled him, like that lying reporter said when we covered the news about that terrorist attack. They could have tackled him. Or, you know, a good guy with a gun. That always works out too, but either way. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom to you. Let's go, Brandon. Jail sucks. I don't ever want to go to prison. I feel the same exact way. I hate being in jail. I hate it. I think about it every single day. It keeps me out of jail. Metamouth, I don't think some people possess the brain power to even think. Yeah, they think they're whimsical, but they're just really tarded. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. High Plains Drifter, born here, will die here. Yep, me too. I'm in the same boat. Ghostly, so if I go burn people, the cop won't just shoot me my white ass dead. You got to scream Free Palestine. That's how you prevent death. Just like the DC shooter, right? He shot those two people and then walked up on him and shot him some more. And then he screamed Free Palestine while the officer held his hand and tried to escort him to the jail. I think that's what his code word Free Palestine means. They won't shoot you when you create, you know, some sort of catastrophe. SOS, the scene in Colorado is a targeted operation of terrible actors. I was saying that earlier, that it looks very staged. What's up, Papa Bones? Happy freedom to you. What's up, LS1? Happy freedom. Drive safely. Chase Ray, at that point you're just drunk with a 40. Yeah, that's basically all he was. Guess him, if you hear a rape whistle, it's me. Well, thanks, Guess him. Thank you for letting me know. Snooks, in Michigan, your title is Your Highness, right? That's right. Your Majesty, that's what it is. Your Majesty. It's a Plastic Quack. Happy freedom to you. Metalmouth, I've been to prison and it's not a good place. I believe you, Metalmouth. I believe you. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. I like my skimpy shirt. Well, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate the compliment. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Henry? Henry, sarsaparilla is a soft drink made from a plant called Smilax ornata sarsaparilla. The American version of the drink is made from birch oil primary. Interesting. Thank you for letting me know. The reason it sounds familiar to me is because they have sarsaparilla springs or something like that on a Fallout game that I can't think of right this second, right off the top of my head. The one that came out after 3, New Vegas. In Fallout New Vegas, they have a lot of mention of sarsaparilla. Somebody reminded me in the chat, and that's what it was. I didn't realize there was an actual sarsaparilla drink, though. You guys are always learning me new things. What's up, Howard? Happy freedom. Cinderella's shirt caught on fire, so he took it off. He dressed as a gardener. They should have put him right on his head. Yeah, ball. Sunset sarsaparilla. J-Spray, everyone's first reaction is to grab their phones nowadays instead of trying to survive. Yeah, they're going to be disappointed that shit ever happens near me because I already got my phone in my hand. So the next thing I'm doing is grabbing a big old can of that whoop ass, serving it out, you know. I got that good customer service like that. Kevin, when I was younger, the only time I got 3 meals a day is when I was in jail for fighting cops. Yeah, that's probably the most I ever ate too, was sitting in jail. Here, Juicer, my fiance was a prison guard. She quit after the 3rd time. She had to smoke a dude from the tower. Yeah, here, Juicer, I'm sure that definitely affects your mental state. You can only do that so much. You only do that so much, and then, you know, probably need a career change. Either way, we're going to get into the fun stuff like I was telling you, hooligans. We're going to be doing an unboxing here. I have an idea of what's in this package, and we're going to have to set a date or something. It may be Free Speech Saturday's plan. You'll see. And like I said, we got a video I made for Cheeky Chops, and we're going to be opening today's door of this advent calendar by Tori Wayne, and we got 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. All right, let's see what we get. I have an idea, because we were talking about the wish list in the voice chat on Friday, and I realized something was no longer on the list. Oh, I was right. Hold on a second. Who is this from? Okay, so first of all, this is from Tori Wayne, I assume. Got Usual Suspects. I have not seen this, but you hooligans recommended it, so I'm excited to see this. But then I got this. I don't know if I need gloves or what, but then we got this right here. This one chip challenge. We realized it was no longer on the wish list, and I was waiting for it to show up, and it is here. The first message says, "Don't laugh too much," from Tori and Alex. And then the second one says, "Dial 911 and just have it ready." Let's see. Just have it ready, so you just have to send "Don't die, please," from Tori and Alex. Thank you so much, Tori and Alex. I really appreciate it. Now, like I was saying, I think this might be what we're going to do for Free Speech Saturday. We'll see how much news there is. If there's a lot of news, we're going to have to do it, and we'll have to do this on a different day. But I think we're going to have to dedicate a whole live to this if we're going to do it live. So we will decide that in the future. But thank you so much, Tori and Alex. All right, hooligans. Now we're going to play this video for Cheeky Chops. Hopefully Cheeky Chops is sitting here with us. Otherwise, he's going to have to watch the replay. But like I had shown you guys on the live, Cheeky Chops sent me some beef jerky of sorts. Well, he didn't say it was beef jerky. He just said it was jerky. And so I'm at the point where I'm not sure it was beef. But he sent me jerky, and it was gourmet. It was, well seasoned and stuff like that. And he also sent me some lemon biscuit kind of thing. And I didn't want to eat it on the live because I'm weird about eating in front of people. So I made a video because I promised I would do that. So hopefully Cheeky Chops is sitting here with us because we are going to watch this in all of its glory. Now, it's not hilarious or whatever. This is more of a food review, but I promised Cheeky Chops I would do this. So this is the video I made of the jerky he sent me and the lemon biscuits. Alright, we're going to try some of this jerky that Cheeky Chops sent me. Yes. Heavily seasoned. Yes. Thick. Now, I cut up a little piece. That's what I was told to do. Let's see. I don't know. I can't smell it. It tastes good. It's not like any jerky I've ever had, though. I don't know. It's good. I don't know what it is, but it's good. Alright. So I'm also supposed to try these. These smell good. Oh, these are real good. These are good. These are both good. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Cheeky Chops. Okay. So, like I said, nothing too crazy there in my little review that I did. But I did continue to cut pieces off and eat them. And I'm looking at it, and it's so dark, it's almost purple. The meat is almost purple. And it kind of has a different kind of flavor I've never tasted before. And the more I ate, the more I kind of came to the conclusion that I don't think that's beef. I don't know what animal it is, but I don't think it's beef. There's just something, there's a flavor there that I've never tasted before. Now, I don't see Cheeky Chops in the chat, so I don't think he's here to educate me on what exactly that is, but I have a very strong feeling that that was not cow that I was eating. But it was good, though. It was good. So shout out to Cheeky Chops. Thank you so much for sending me that gourmet jerky as well as those lemon biscuits. They were pretty good. Now, like I was saying, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. I do have a spoon ready, and hopefully it's nothing too crazy hot because, man, the last time we tried some hot sauce, about blew my socks off here. Let's see what we get today. All right, today is day 19. Yeah. All right, today we got original hot sauce. I mean, this is all right. We'll see. Let's see here. Bam. Original hot sauce. It's a little red, little orange. Little red, little orange. We'll see. We're going to try some. Oh, we're going to try because sometimes I can't get these damn caps off. Fight for my life. Where's my tool at? Make sure the camera can't see that. There we go. All right. Well, Klaus will clean up afterwards. It'll be fine. Let's try a little bit of this. Now, of course, I just drank everything I had to drink over here, so I might just put myself in a bad spot, but, you know, whatever's whatever. We'll figure it out. It's got a light color to it. I wonder if it's got citrus in it. Maybe a mandarin orange or a lemon. I don't know. Hope it's not too damn hot, though. That last one about smoked me, about changed my gender. All right, hooligans. Cheers. It's not that bad. Once again, this is original hot sauce. This tastes like Tapatio. Tastes a lot like Tapatio. Either way, thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I appreciate you. All right, hooligans, we're getting into our funny videos here. All right. Let's get this pulled up.
All right, is it
now, hold on a second, buddy. And I'm going to have to turn this up. And let's get these beats turned off. I'm turned up because the video is kind of quiet, but it is a good one. All right. This is titled Semantics.
done? It's done. Good, good. All right, let's make sure to put on the label sugar-free. Sir, but it's not sugar-free. No, but we got the sugar from the distributor for free, so technically the sugar was free. Oh, okay, well that's kind of misleading, no? But is it illegal? No, not technically. Good, then put sugar-free. Okay, but sir, I have to... the disclaimer, put, we have seen no links between our product and cancer. Wait, hold on. Sir. No links between our product and cancer. But we have. We can't say that. We've heard about the links between our product and cancer. Have you seen the links, huh? Have you? No, how would you even... Then put it in the disclaimer. Motherfucker, anything else. Made in the USA. You mean in our sweatshop in the city called USA in China? Yep. Cruelty-free. Oh, we tested on animals. Cruelty, a callous indifference to or pleasure in causing pain and suffering. Our scientists cried at the results of the testing, which is not indifference and is not pleasure. Thus, it does not meet the definition of cruelty. Legal. Come on! This product does not contain chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer. But it does cause cancer. Yeah, but we don't know what chemicals are doing. You're so fucking evil. I won't be a part of this anymore. Oh.
That's all it takes. A few doll hairs. All right, getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up. Now, this one was provided by Simply Witchy. And this is titled, Some of Your Own Medicine.
What are you doing?
Let me turn the volume down before I blow your guys' speakers out. That last one was so quiet. My bad. If you pooped your pants, free draws on me.
Getting beer. It's $10.99.
Oh, we don't have money for that.
Shitting me right now? Ooh, what the fuck's that?
Makeup?
That's $28 fucking dollars. Put it back.
It's to make me look pretty.
Beer does the same thing, $10.
What do you...
Beer does the same thing, $10. That's right. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Also, we got to try and figure out who we're going to raid today. I don't know if we're going to make a big deal out of it or not. Seems like other people don't value it as much as we do, so we'll see how that goes, but I'd like to still try. Either way, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there in the chat while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley. You'll have access to the forums. You'll have access to the arcade. And you will have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership at jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through really quick, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Sam tapping to you? Yeah, I mean, could be. Russell, I like flavor over just hot. Yeah, that hot sauce is got lots of flavor. It's a little bit of bite, but it's good. It's good stuff. Jay Spray, you got to try the Grim Reaper from Dublin Meat Market and Irons. Shit will make your tongue and your ass on fire with 1 or 2 bites. Oh, I believe it. I'll have to Google it. I've never heard of that. Let me see. I will have to check that out. I am scared to death of this chip. That's what I'm saying. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this. This thing is scary. In the voice chat, we were watching people eat hot chips and all kinds of stuff and laughing at them, but that's going to be me dying. So we're going to have to figure that out. Ooh, wrong button. There we go. Sam, you're going to be skydiving Saturday? Well, good luck to you. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you got the right weather and everything. Russell, human jerky? No. I think Cheeky Chops is in Florida, so it makes me wonder if it's like alligator or something like that. Russell, Jeff's now a cannibal? I don't know. It didn't taste like person. Not that I would know what that tastes like. Jay Spray, horse? I don't know. Snook's cat jerky? It didn't taste like cat. I don't think so. Russell, human jerky made from our enemies? I'm waiting for Cheeky Chops to come back and let us know. Tin Man, don't eat that hot ass chip. I'm not going to do it today. We got to be prepared for it. I'm going to actually have to buy milk and stuff like that. Snook's gator tastes like chicken? I don't think it was gator then, because it didn't taste like chicken. Appeal to Heaven saying the same thing. Yeah, it didn't taste like chicken, so I don't know. Crick Kiss mosquito jerky? I don't think it was. Screaming Eagle Soylent Green. Let me see. Stoner. I'll see. Let me pull this up. Yeah, and they just started 15 minutes ago. We'll see. I'll keep this pulled up. If they're still alive and all of that, by the time we get done with the pledge, we might raid them. Thank you for the suggestion, Stoner. Kevin, did you hear that the buddy that voiced John Redcorn passed away? I heard that he was shot and killed by his neighbor. Is that wrong? Is that not how he died? Because I see things about people saying he kicked the bucket, but I didn't actually see any news covering it. Ghostly, I'll pull them up too, and we'll see. Maybe we'll raid these guys. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, they got potential. I'll pull both these up. Thank you for the suggestion, Ghostly. Ghostly, that is what happened. He was shot and killed by his neighbor. Why? Does it say why? Does anybody know why? Snooks, where's Klaus? He's over here sleeping in a box. Jay Spray, I suggest eating a bunch of flour tortillas before you eat the chip to absorb the heat on the backside. That's a good idea, Jay Spray. Yeah, because I don't want to have to live with that heat. 10-man gator tail is very good. Yeah, I'm not sure what that jerky was. MU, a 14-year-old died after eating a Pocky one-chip challenge tortilla chip in 2024. Yeah, those Pocky chips are like $60 a piece now on Amazon, which saved me because I was going to put that on the list. But these, I think these were like $15 or something like that. I don't know. It says you got to have an ID. They didn't ask me for an ID, but it scares me a little bit. Ghostly, don't know why, but the guy fled and was caught 2 blocks away. Interesting. Shroomage, maybe elk or some deer. We'll see if Cheeky Chaps can fill us in. Meta possum jerky. It could have been possum. Never had possum before, but I'm not sure what that jerky was. Could be. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom to you. My breath is like macing my eyeballs. Cheeky Chops, what is it? South African beef jerky, so it was cow? Yeah, you missed it, Cheeky Chops. I made a video. I told you I was going to make a video about it. Well, it was good. Top of the line beef. Yeah, Cheeky Chops. It was good. I wasn't sure that it was beef. I've never had jerky that tastes like that before. Russell, spank your beef hard enough, it'll turn purple. I guess you're right. You are right. All right, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, hooligans, we did the thing. We're going to read through really quick, and we got a raid coming up. We got to figure out who we're going to raid. I really don't want to be disappointed again. Well, let me see. These people are actually getting donations and stuff, so maybe these will be the guys to raid. We'll see. Either way, we're going to read through really quick. We're going to get this raid going, and then we're wrapping things up. But we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Snooks, you look so adorable eating that jerky. Well, thanks, Snooks. I was trying to give an honest review. Snooks, I don't want you eating Klaus jerky. Well, he better straighten up. He'll be next. What's up, Based? Happy freedom to you. Raccoon jerky? Yeah, Metal Mouth. Nah, it didn't taste like raccoon. I think I would know if it was raccoon. Maybe. Hey, thank you for being here, Bloopy. Hey, thanks for being here, Appeal to Heaven. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Metal Mouth. Appreciate you, Tony Rich. What's up, my Gurks? Happy freedom to you. Lone Wolf, go get a DNA test. You'll find out. I trust Cheeky Chaps. He said it was cow. Cheeky Chaps, don't give it to your cat. Oh, no, he's not getting any. I got it sitting in the fridge. I ate one of the whole pieces, so there's still a whole nother piece left. Yeah, it's fantastic, Cheeky Chaps. You'll have to see the video. You'll have to watch it on the replay. All right, hooligans, we're going to figure out who these guys are. This is the Kringler Show, I guess. This is who we're going to try and raid really quick. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I'm not even on the live version there. All right, let's get this raid going. Hopefully, it works out. All right, hooligans, it's raid time. Let's hear what they have to say.
It's a second chance, and you deserve to rectify your mistakes that you fucked up in the past on.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
a good point.
I don't know why, even
That's
if that
true.
was true, like, so it's an even better comeback story then, right?
Right.
It's a biblical story right there. That's probably
biblical.
But it is so horribly wrong because he chose
timelines.
which thing happened. It's like, what do you mean? Like
he quotes it too. He puts
it's a quote, but like that's not actually Gary's life. And I know this guy was like, I interviewed him, so like I know about like his jail time was when he was a freaking kid. Yeah. Well, you know, he was in his 20s, but like
it was like in
algorithmic slop. Holy shit, this guy's
okay.
Going. I'm sorry,
So
I'm reading ahead. Sorry.
All right, yeah. Well, let's read the rest. So he says, you know, A, went back to school, became a successful doctor, helping people with chemical addictions to get clean. B, accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, joined the International School of Ministry, and counseled addicts that could change their lives through Christianity. Or C, got a YouTube channel and made a repetitive daily algorithmic slop hating on geek culture. The one aspect of my
Trying to give them time to realize they're being raided, but I don't know.
Spreading hatred for Disney with 9 other boring retards.
I'm one of the boring retards, by the way.
Holy shit!
He
It's
called
like
you out too. Holy shit.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I guess
I'm also
so,
a zero. He's called us
FNT.
zeros and called us clowns or whatever. Yeah.
Wait, he called you zeros? This is the guy that would open Star Wars action figures on stream a while ago, right? And he's an artist.
I don't know. I don't watch his stuff.
But yeah, I mean, about like a long time ago, because that's what I recognize the name from.
Maybe, yeah. Well, that's a joke, I think.
Okay, wait. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what to do about this raid shit. It's supposed to be a good thing, but people are ungrateful. They're so ungrateful. I don't know. If people raid us, I don't care if they got 5 people joining the chat. I'm always excited about getting raided, which sounds gay, but I didn't mean it in a gay way. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to get back to raiding the people that actually appreciate it. We'll have to start raiding Lumpy Potato again. We'll definitely do Cat Dog again. Let me see who else we got on here, because there's been a couple people we've raided where they've been awesome. Rotella was awesome. I think we'll have to just go with the guys that we can trust. I don't know. Good effort, hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys trying to make the raid worthwhile. Ghostly doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, I know. Either way, it was good effort. I appreciate all of you guys. Lisa, you got to actually raid them. Well, we did. We did, but they don't read their chat. Most people don't read the chat. And I didn't realize that. Every time hooligans show up and they're like, man, you read the chat even if we don't send donations. Like, yeah, I don't want to sit here by myself. Apparently that's what everybody else does. They just sit there by themselves. What a bunch of assholes. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here, helping me cover the news and making the news suck a little less. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go get some good food. Enjoy that nice weather if you got some. But make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.